guys.
This is always an adventure here with this one.
It's about to be my 18-month checkup, and I do it every 3 months, and I actually leave Los Angeles and fly to Florida for it. If you haven't been following along, that's what I do because I just love my oncologist so much, and I just love all my doctors there. And as soon as my frequency of needing to go for my checkup reduces, it'll be way more manageable. Obviously, like, this isn't ideal to fly to Florida every 3 months, but for my mental health and my preference, I think that this is the best thing for me right now. Today, I am going to get my blood work done. So I'm gonna get my blood work done here in Los Angeles, and then they're going to send the results. Today is the day that I'm going to get the blood work done, and then I fly to Florida on Wednesday, which is in 2 days, and then Thursday are all my appointments, and I leave some extra time in Florida like the Monday after, just in case I need to do more tests or see another doctor, because unfortunately that's happened to me in the past. So I like to be prepared, and as a cancer patient you always got to be prepared for random things to come up. And I wanted to bring you along with me to show you what seeing a doctor from out of town is like. And yeah, take my blood. Off to get blood. The people here, and especially at Quest, sometimes don't let me film in there. I just got here and I had this thought. I was thinking about the anxiety that I used to have before cancer about getting shots and getting pricked and getting blood and needles and all that stuff, and it was high. Like, I was really scared of needles even as a little girl. My mom had to like strap me down when I went to go get my shots, and now it's just kind of like whatever. And I was talking to other cancer patients about this recently. You have this fear of needles, and then after we went through and, you know, needing to stop that fear, like having to put it aside and get over it. I was just wondering if any of you experienced that, if you were like scared of needles before and you're not anymore, if you were scared of hospitals before and now you just hate going to them because they remind you of bad times. I don't know, but it's an interesting thought. I'm gonna go get pricked now. Bye. Okay, I leave for Florida in 5 hours, 6 hours. My flight's at 6 a.m. and we are gonna head to the airport at around 4 a.m. I normally am like not all about showing the travel side of my trips to Florida, but I want to include it because I think that it's important to include what I go through and like what traveling for checkups entails. And one of the main things is that I need to find pretty cheap flights in order to go. I am going to be in Florida for about 6 days, and the only thing that I can take is a backpack, so I could only afford a flight, and yeah, so I can't pay for any luggage or anything like that. I'm packing 6 days worth of clothes into a backpack, so I thought that that was important for me to share with you. And then I also have 2 layovers, so it's not like the most ideal flight, and I'm obviously not going for luxury or for relaxation. I just need to get to my doctors. I know a lot of people will say, well then, like, well, why don't you just go see a doctor in LA? And I am so happy and content with my healthcare team in Florida that I'm just not ready to give that up, especially since I'm so fresh out of treatment. I know a year and a half, it doesn't seem fresh. Another thing about getting a cheap flight is that the hours aren't always so ideal. So both of my flights are super early. So I have to, yeah, we're gonna go to the airport at like 4. But hopefully I'll just sleep on the plane. Also, I got my eyebrows microbladed. If you didn't know that, they look so freaking amazing. And if you want to watch that journey, check out my other videos. This is literally all I'm taking with me. That's it. I did it. I gonna miss you.
Yes.
I just want to share some like feelings that I'm feeling right now. One, I miss Adam like already, and I know that sounds really weird, but, or like really needy and whatever, but he's like my comfort zone, and I love traveling with him, and like I'm gone for 7 days, and it's just a long time right now for me to be away from him, especially like I love having him at my appointments with me because it's really comforting. 2, I was walking in after security, and I just like, I miss Zeta so much, and I miss him every day, but for some reason like coming to the airport and all this stuff really reminds me of when I would go see him and be with him when he was sick last summer. So I really miss him right now. And also, when I was walking into the terminal after security, there's a big sign for American Airlines, and it was a commercial, but as soon as I looked up, it said, "Stand up to cancer." It was very strange. The universe. It's also like kind of a hard trip for me, because when people are like, "Oh, what are you going to Florida for? Or what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, like I have to go every 3 months." Whether or not I have to go to Florida for it or not, like I have to go to a doctor to see if I have cancer again every 3 months. This is probably just really heightened emotions because it's like 5 a.m. Me and my backpack. These are very emotional trips, in case you haven't noticed. I'm in Vegas now, and I've been here for like 3 hours, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna be traveling all day. I don't get into Florida until 10 p.m. Okay, so I'm on my last leg to Fort Lauderdale, and I heard this voice behind me, and I looked back and I was like, she looks really familiar. And you want to introduce yourself? Hi, I'm Drea. We went to the same college, and we used to go to like the same clubs when we were way underage. Literally right behind me. I heard her talking about like this one really trashy hotel right by our college called Lani Kai, and I was like, are you talking about And then I was like, is your name Drea? She has a cool story too, but I won't put her on blast. Yeah, like all you. The camera fogs up every time because of the humidity. Good morning. Can you put it lower? So I stopped vlogging at some point yesterday. We have Hafi first, and then we have my endocrinologist for my thyroid. My mom is coming with me. We call her Ima. Every time I drive up to here, I get this like feeling. But like, on one hand, I should be so happy because this place literally healed me. But on the other hand, I got chemo here. But Hafi's here, and Dana's here, and Jana's here. Everybody's here. Yay. What do I have to do downstairs? I did labs in LA. I should have them. They should have sent them.
Now she gonna say she looking for. She looking for.
Who's she?
Dana.
Dana. Dana called and said I needed to go get labs. Without checking, then I went and got labs in LA. Dana. Are these both for Hoffman?
One, the top one for Hoffman, the second one is for.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
And then I'll let you know if Dana found them or not.
Okay, thank you. We just finished lab. No, we didn't do labs. We did. What do we do?
Pre-op.
Pre-op. No, vitals. We took my vitals, and I'm all good. I'm alive. So my armpits are really sweaty, and I know that Hafi is gonna touch my armpits because my nose. So I'm. Look at this view. That is my view from chemo. You want me to breathe normally, or?
You can breathe normal. Any new ink? That's what they say on the streets, right? Don't laugh, I can't feel nothing.
It's the best massage I've ever gotten. Because you know what?
Massaging your spleen and liver is...
Well, after the massage, it's the best because afterwards you're going to say, you're good. And that's why it's the best.
You're good. Let me listen to your lungs.
Oh,
I'm good.
you are good.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Just a salute. No wise words. No, the lungs sound good. You know, it doesn't.
They always did, though.
I know. All right, so let's see. You're gonna go see Endocrine now, right? And get me the CD. Oh boy. Now I can't make anything up anymore. One more visit in 3 months.
October.
And we migrate to every 4.
Okay, we're done with coffee. Now we're waiting for the thyroid doctor. Lots of time in the waiting room. And then I'm hungry. Hopefully I'll be able to end the vlog today because I won't have to do anything else after this. And I'm really hoping that my thyroid levels are in because Hoffman said he didn't see them in my chart. Okay, now we're mid-appointment with the endocrinologist, and we just went over the ultrasound that I had done last time I was here. And apparently there are really, really small nodules on the right side, and then there's a lymph node as well on the right side, and then a lymph node on the left side, but no nodules on the left side. But the nodules do not concern her, and neither do the lymph nodes really, but they want to monitor it because of my history with lymphoma. We're gonna monitor the lymph nodes. So weird. And now we are waiting. Remember that blood work I had done? We're waiting to find that.
Remember.
They sent the labs that I got for Hoffy, but they didn't send the ones that I got for Dr. Perez Bustamante. So we're waiting for that to see what my levels are at and if we need to adjust Synthroid. So at my next appointment so far, I already have 3 things booked. I have Hoffy, gyno, to check on if you remember, if you've been around the lesions and the precancerous cells. So I'm gonna do another pap smear in September. And then I have this ultrasound that I need to get in September. All good in the hood. I mean, just monitoring, which I feel like is my life now. And I found out today that at 2 years, we go to a checkup every 4 months, not every 6 months. Okay, see you when we're back. Okay, so we just left, and my appointments for next time are ridiculous. So this is the sheet of all my appointments, which luckily it's also on my online portal because I don't do well with tracking paper. I'm seeing Dr. Juden, which is gynecologic oncology. I forget which checkup it was. I think it was my 9 months checkup. I had a colposcopy done because there were lesions during my pap smear, and apparently those lesions are precancerous, but they're like grade 0, so we just have to keep monitoring them as we will be monitoring my lymph nodes and my thyroid now. A lot of monitoring happening. Life of a cancer patient. It's not over when you hit remission. Be sure to check out Lymphoma News Today, as I'm a freelance writer for them and I release a column every Thursday. This week my column was about how Hodgkins is not the good cancer. And with that, as this checkup is now at a close, I leave you with an awesome outro from one of my favorite people. All right, here we go. Always remember, everything's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Take back my